All right, guys. So last week was the most recent extreme opportunity of online arbitrage, and I made a note that I had to do a video on this. Basically, the premise I could spend $3,000 on inventory and literally break even on those products. And I mean literally, and still walk ahead with $1,200 profit. So, first things first, when you find a site that you like sourcing from, whether it be once, 10 times, 100 times, whatever, make sure you're signed up to get notified of their sales. So they all have like rewards programs, loyalty programs. Give them an email address. If you want, have an email address just for these types of emails. So that's the first thing. You need to be in the game in order to get the opportunity, right? Let's look at what the sale is. Okay. So before we even go to the site, here's a picture of the sale itself. And so as you can see, the November gift card event, it gives you the promo code. And basically, the gist of it is this: they give you brackets of if you spend between this, you'll get a reward of this. Okay. So for instance, if you spend between $500 and $9.99, you get a $100 gift card. If you spend between $1,000 and $19.99, you get a $250 gift card, and so forth and so on. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, you want to calculate what percentage off is that. So for instance, and what percentage off of that is it on the minimum number? So like for instance, the first tier, 500 to 999, you never want to be spending 999. You might as well go up to 1,000. So then you get a $250 gift card, right? So you always want to be as close on your spend to the minimum number on that next tier. So you want to either spend 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and as close to that as possible so you can really maximize what percentage you're getting back, right? Again, so you just do that math. So for me, $100 back on 500, that's 20% off. $250 back on 1,000 is 25. $500 on 2,000 is 25. 900 back on 3,000 is 30. So we just noticed we just got a bump there, right? And there was one before that as well. And then all the way down, I'm not going to probably be in the $10,000, $20,000 range, but even then, that's still 30%. Okay. So to get to 30%, ideally, that's the best threshold we're going to be at. We want to hit the number that's the lowest, unless you just happen to have this is your site and you can go really deep. So for me, the logic is let's spend $3,000 as close to that as possible so that we can get 30% back in cash for future purchases. And it's the least amount I have to spend in order to get 30%. Okay. So the mindset here is spend $3,000, get a $900 gift card. Okay. So you want to look at the threshold. You don't want to just spend and not calculate that stuff because it is not all the same. Okay. Especially when it's not a clear cut percentage, you have to do the math to make sure. All right. So that's tip number one. Just so you know, the fine print is basically you spend that amount and then you're going to get a gift card for future use. Okay. So that's the first part. Threshold. All right. Now we go to the site, right? And before we do that, I know you already have an email address, but almost every site has some type of discount allowed if you sign up. So now you're going to sign up again with a different gift card, okay? Excuse me, a different email address. And now we're going to get 15% off of today's order, okay? And then to take it another step to layer on top of that, we're also going to use Rakuten, Top Cashback, one of these cashback sites to really make sure that we're getting a lot back. If we spent 3,000 with a good cashback, that could be a lot. So for this day, it was 10% cashback, okay? Keep that in mind. Remember that. We'll come back to that, okay? And then lastly, I want to say before we break down the numbers, this is a textbook example of why when you come across products and you're sourcing, even if they're not profitable that day, even if they're far from profitable, but they're good sellers, there might be a time when it makes sense. You've already done the research. All you have to do is add it to your Excel sheet or Google Sheets. And I title one, Not Enough Profit. And then I revisit them for opportunities like this. Okay. So now it's time to break down the numbers, which I'm really excited to share. So as I mentioned, we want to spend as close to $3,000 as possible. So let's say we spend $3,000. And let's say we pay sales tax of $200, which is basically 7%, just a hair under, but I wanted it to be a round number. So now we've spent a total of $3,200. Okay. Now, keep in mind, we also got 15% off for providing that new email address, right? So, even that being said, we're going to say we break even, don't even make a dollar, even despite that 15% off. So, right now, we've spent $3,200 to get back $3,200 after Amazon fees. We break even, right? Now, keep in mind, we have that 10% cashback from Top Cashback. Okay. So now we've just made $300 on that $3,000 purchase. Okay. So right now we're up 300. I also have a 2% cashback credit card I use on all purchases. That's another $60. So right now we're up $360 even if everything breaks even. Okay. But don't forget, moving on, we're also going to get a $900 credit gift card to use at this site. So what we're going to do is take that $900 gift card, and once again, I'm going to say we're going to break even, not make a dollar, not lose a dollar, just break even. So now when all that stuff sells, that gift card is now translated to cash through Amazon, right? So at this point in time, we're up $1,260. We're not going to get any cash back. We're not going to get any credit card points for this purchase, right? Because it was all gift card. And we paid sales tax of $60, which we have to subtract. So the $1,260 minus the $60 sales tax. And now we're at $1,200 profit. Okay. And again, we didn't even make a dollar on Amazon. And realistically, we would make dollars on Amazon, right? So this is a great example of online arbitrage. I mean, you're using your cashback opportunities. You're signing up for email addresses. You're already on an email list to know of it. You're weighing how much you're going to get back in a gift card based on the different thresholds, right? And you have an ongoing list of products for opportunities like this. So this is how you get scrappy. You have a great cashback credit card as well. Scrappy, creative, and I can't tell you enough. These opportunities present themselves quite a bit. Full transparency, I did source this pretty heavily, and that was my exact plan. And I did spend a lot because I got the 15% off, the 10% cash back, but the gift card didn't apply to me that day because I was doing all beauty stuff and I didn't see the fine print. But it was still the principle of this I wanted to share with you. I always want to be open and transparent. But if I was someone that sourced different products on this site, I absolutely could have taken advantage. And this stuff happens all the time. I think Nordstrom had a very similar thing that same day. This was Veterans Day weekend. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you. This is like, again, textbook online arbitrage. Be scrappy, be creative, manufacture a margin, and the opportunities are out there. It doesn't have to be cut and dry all the time. Okay. So I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you get some value out of this. I know I was excited to share this. I'm Jonathan. Duke does Amazon. Questions, comments, topics, let me know. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon.